Tell the mood to change. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a give, right side. Dickerson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Winston. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's 3rd down now.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. So they'll play the field position game here, as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the left side. Dickerson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 3rd down, Jackson flushed out right. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st down, Dickerson trying to run inside, but nothing there. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
Following the interception, Winston. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 25 yards that time. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
First down, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Let's go. They're on 24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Silver.
To throw again. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On third down. Dickerson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed,
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Jameis to throw it. Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him a gain of 37. Well, Charles, you said just a bit ago their aggression might get to him, set up the screen. It could work, and it did.
It certainly did, and you have to give the offense coordinator a ton of credit for being able to see it, anticipate it, and get right to the call.
Barber on 1st and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Play fake. Winston. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
To throw is Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important time.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Carl Nassib able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Jackson's throw caught here by Boykin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Right there. 54 Mike. Come off the ball. Hey, one set.
Jackson from the shotgun. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Evans. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Winston now to throw on first down. He's going to look deep for Perriman, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Wait. Hey, go, Mike 40.
Throwing, Winston. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Winston. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Jackson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
45. Mike, 45.
Play action. It's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Jackson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Got a man. It's Brown. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and goal, Baltimore.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Winston now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 6-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Evans. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
53, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, keep it up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Jameis now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Kenny Young gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Ready, black 25. Mike 40. Let's get the ball. Green, triple team.
Now Winston. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Ravens.
Go! Pittsburgh. 54. Mike, 54. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jackson will throw again. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They go play action now. Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Jameis now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. And this is caught by Evans. Mike Evans, he's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by Gay is up and good. Back now in Tampa. Well, the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Gay now set to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
He's tight right here. Tight on the right. Tight on the right. 3 down. 3 down. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be second down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Target. Check 26, check 26.
On second down now, Dickerson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 31-yard line. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
To throw is Jackson. Off the play fake. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Jackson. This is Hellman with it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Ready.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Throwing on second down. Winston, he's going to fire one deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. They'll run on first down. Dickerson, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson, and his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Jackson to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Jackson. And he he's going to get into the end zone. The two-point conversion successful, and we've got ourselves a tie football game. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Winston. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Winston. Rolling to his right. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Winston to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. A gain of 6 there on first.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Winston airing this one out for Evans. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. This from long, very long range. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Play action. It's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now the first throw in overtime for Winston. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
25, check 25.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tim Williams able to get him for a loss of about 3.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Buccaneers, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, add another loss to the pile as they drop to